Morning, guys. How are you doing today? Good morning. Hi. Good morning. Good, Nasrin. Yeah, good. So, did you completed all your tasks? Yes, everyone. All good. Fantastic. Very nice. So that's what it's all about. Just you have to try. So good that you got sorted everything. It's okay. Give it a try. Okay. So hope everyone completed their practicals. So today, if you delete the topic, subscriptions will be deleted automatically. All right. So should we take up the next service? Nice. Okay. Let me share my screen. Guys, can you please confirm? Can you see your? Can you see my screen and you can hear me well? Okay, just a second. Okay. So guys, the next service that we gonna talk about is, what do you think? Which service do you think that we will be talking about? So guys, generally, people will go here and there and then talk about multiple services, but let us take it where we can correlate. So as we have discussed quite a lot about um, EC2, we need to talk about monitoring also. So when we talk about monitoring, which is a service that we will be talking about? Yes, CloudWatch. Because as we have finished the EC2 practicals, an EC2 service, we definitely need to know how to monitor the EC2 instances. And not only EC2 instances, guys, we know very well CloudWatch can monitor any resources in AWS. But do you remember we learned that CloudWatch, can we say that CloudWatch is used for monitoring purpose? So CloudWatch is used to monitor what? Performance. Remember? CloudWatch is used to monitor the performance. So when we talk about monitoring, so we many things in our mind. So do you remember that? Okay, whenever we talk about monitoring, we talk about CloudWatch, and then we talk about CloudTrail, and we talk about config. Do you still remember the difference between CloudWatch, CloudTrail, and configs? Yes, nice. So CloudWatch as we learned that CloudWatch is not only specifically for EC2, CloudWatch can monitor all AWS services. Agree? CloudWatch can monitor all AWS services. Yes, the gym example. Right? And guys, CloudWatch is all about three important things that we should remember. CloudWatch is all about three things. Those are alarms, events, and logs. Write down those three things. Guys, CloudWatch is all about the three things. What are those? Alarm, events, and logs. Write down alarm, events, and logs. So let us talk about all these three things. So if we learn these three things, that will be on CloudWatch. So first of all, alarms. So for example, let's say, for example, if you take an EC2 instance, this is EC2. So guys, this is EC2. And inside that, we know how to put the application. We put the application and it contains operating system on it, right? So if you need to monitor the EC2 instance, what are the things that we can monitor? So CloudWatch can monitor few things, guys. So those are called, this CloudWatch monitors something we call it as host level metrics. What is that? Write down host level metrics. So what are those host level metrics? Those host level metrics are these things: CPU, network, disk, and status check. Write down these four. Four metrics are called host level metrics. So CloudWatch can monitor only these four host level metrics. Very important certification question, guys. So CloudWatch can monitor only host level metrics. So these metrics are also called it as default metrics. What is it called? We call it as default metrics also. Do you understand what is this host level metrics? We know very well, like, and also guys, we know very well what is the CPU utilization. So if the EC2 instance is loaded, your CPU utilizations will be very high. So if you want to monitor, this CloudWatch can monitor directly the CPU and what is network in and network outgoing, and disk meaning volume, how much size your volume left, and status checks are 2/2 hour status checks. Like rest are all like memory and etc. Those are all called custom metrics. So rest are all metrics come under custom metrics. That meaning AWS, that meaning this CloudWatch is not giving you directly or by default. So these rest, any metric that if you want to monitor, you can still monitor it, but those are all come under custom metrics. This CloudWatch will not give those metrics by default. Do you understand the difference between host level metrics and custom metrics? Is it clear till here, guys? So remember, CPU, network, disk, and status check are AWS provided metrics. By default, you will get all the things. So which is a metric that this CloudWatch will not provide for by default? Like memory. So memory metric will not be provided by the CloudWatch directly. We need to figure out how to do it. And in CloudWatch, we already learned there are two types of monitoring. What are those? There are two types of monitorings. What are those? Remember, we learned basic monitoring And another one we call it as detailed monitoring. Very good. So you know very well what is this basic monitoring meaning. So you will get every 5 minutes interval data points, and which is for free, right? And this is for every 1 minute interval data points, and which is chargeable. Yes, we know this already, right? So you will get the metrics like this. Like I already show you this in like this. You will get it, right? So if it is basic metric, so you will get it at one point at 11 o'clock, and next point at 11:05, 11:10, 11:15, like this. So whereas detail monitoring, you get it as, if you get 11 o'clock, the next capitulation you will get it at 11:01, 11:02, like this, 11:03. So these are called basic monitoring and then detail monitoring. Getting it, guys? Is this clear till here? So let us talk about, that is what the matrix is about, and let us talk about alarms. So guys, you know very well what is this alarm meaning, right? So when to use alarms. So guys, let's say for example, if you have EC2 instance and if your EC2 instance CPU utilization is going high, let's say if the CPU utilization is going high, you want to get notified or not? So you can create an alarm saying that if the CPU utilization is greater than 90%, what you want to get? You want to get a notification, right? So which is a service we can use for notification? Yes. So you can create a topic and then you can trigger the topic by creating the alarm, right? So if the CPU utilization, you can go for CPU utilization, you can go for network, you can go for disk, you can go for status check, you can go for metrics, whichever it is. So actually CloudWatch is just a name, but actually the work will be done by this alarm. So you have to create an alarm, right? So you have to create an alarm and provide the conditions. Like if, let's say you can take a matrix called CPU, like this, you can take any metric, and then you can create a condition saying that if the CPU utilization is greater than 90%, you should receive an notifications. And also these alarms can also do some actions, guys. Can also do some actions. Now you tell me, if there is a okay, there is a CPU utilization of only 1%. So do you think that EC2 instance is getting used? Do you think that EC2 instance is in use if the CPU utilization is only 1%? Everyone? No, right? So do you need that EC2 instance to be run? No need, right? So you can tell alarm that, hey, it's based on a requirement and it's not mandatory that you have to go and do this. But if you have a requirement that if the any EC2 instances, if the CPU utilization is less than this much percent, you can go and you can, alarm can terminate or alarm can stop or alarm can reboot it. It's up to you. So what I mean to say is alarms can monitor it, but alarms can also do some actions, guys. So that is alarm, you can tell that, hey, if the condition is satisfied, you can say either terminate, you can say these states. Those are one we call it as in alarm, okay, and insufficient. So write down, guys, what are these three states? Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Yeah. Can you so yeah. In alarm, okay, and insufficient. In alarm, okay, in insufficient. So these are the three different states. Just a second. So you know very well now, you understood very well, right? What are the different states? These three different states are like in alarm. That meaning if the CP utilization is going greater than 90%, yes, then the alarm will be in the state called in alarm. So if the CP utilization is less than 90%, do we need to panic? No need to panic. The alarm state will be okay. So now the EC2 instance is not reachable, or EC2 instance is stopped, or somehow this alarm is not able to reach that EC2 instance. Do we get the data to the alarm? No. In that case, the state will go to insufficient mode. Understood, guys? Everyone clear? It's very simple. It's very simple that we just need to go ahead and create the alarm based on our requirement. Is this clear till everyone, guys, on the alarm section? And the next thing that we talk about is events. 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 So do you all agree that for each and everything in the backend, the events will be generated? Let's say, for example, you have launched an EC2 instance, event will be generated. If you have rebooted, or whatever you do in the AWS, everything for event will be generated in the backend. So let's say, for example, guys, this event now is also called it as event bridge. What is that called? Event bridge. What is this event bridge and why we use this event bridge? What is the use of it? I'll take in best example. First of all, guys, how many states are there for EC2 instance? 6 states are there. Pending, running, stopping, stopped, shutting down, terminated. 6 states are there. Guys, how many are there? 6 states. Do you remember those? Pending, running, stopping, stopped, shutting down, terminated. So let's say, for example, there is a requirement that you have an EC2 instance. You have an EC2 instance. And if someone stopped that EC2 instance, automatically you should receive a notification. Do you understand what I'm saying? The question? If someone stopped the EC2 instance, automatically you should receive a notification. So how do you know someone when will stop the EC2 instance? Maybe now, later, or maybe at the night, or whenever it is. Is it possible for us to go awake all the time and see when the EC2 instance is getting stopped? No. For that reason, you know very well, whenever the EC2 instance is stopped, event will be generated. Not only EC2 instance, whenever you create a bucket in S3, event will be generated. Whenever you create a RDS database instance, right, event will be generated. For each and everything, event will be generated. So how to catch those events? So those events can be catched in this concept called event bridge or event. Let me give an example. So we know that there are 6 states: pending to running, stopping to stop, shutting down to terminated. Shutting down to terminated. So these are called, there will be an event called EC2 instance status change notification. So there is an event with the name called EC2 instance status change notification. So I'm giving one example, guys. So there is an example, like, there is an event called EC2 instance change notification. If you select this, anything which is happening with the EC2 instance, you can catch those events. Let's say, for example, there is an EC2 instance here, and this EC2 instance is very important one. Let's say this EC2 instance is a DB server. Right. This is a DB server. And if someone is stopping this DB server, I should get an automatic notification. How to do it? See this. So I can create a rule saying that if someone stopped the EC2 instance, someone has stopped, the event. Whenever someone has stopped the EC2 instance, what will happen? Event will be generated. So no, guys, event will be generated. Yes. So we can get the event, and then we can create a rule. So guys, what do? We create a rule. What rule do you create? So if stopped event called generated, then what we can do is we can route to the target. So to which target we should route it? If event is triggered, to which target that you should route? It should route to, if you want the notification, then it should route to SNS that has topic. So SNS will be triggered, and then you will get the email notification automatically. So this is the target. Have you understood? So you can create a rule and you can catch that particular event. Not only EC2 instance, guys, in any service you can catch that event. So all those events will be automatically will be there. You can just catch those events and then you can route to the appropriate target. In my case, the target is SNS topic. Understood? Let's say, for example, in our starting day, in our starting course that I gave you one example. If someone is starting the EC2 instance, automatically it's getting stopped or terminated. Someone is starting the EC2 instance, launching the EC2. How this can be achieved? Guys, can we go ahead and then create a rule? And then that rule contains this, like, for example, so someone is launching the EC2 instance. That meaning, can we use that event called pending or to running event? Guys, if someone is launching the EC2 instance, that meaning the status will be, the event will be generated with pending or running. Guys, response please. And then you create a rule. It should go and terminate the EC2 instance automatically. Which service that I should route? Anyone? Which one will do those kind of automations? Service I need to do instance. Which service will be that? So we can target it to Lambda, right? Where you can write a function where you can go ahead and then can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, please? So maybe for 1 second or 2 seconds, couple of seconds, voice might be break due to maybe, I don't know what's the problem with the network, but yes, you can be patient. So now I can repeat. So do you understand my question? So do you understand what I'm saying here on the events, guys? When if someone is launching the EC2 instance, automatically should get terminated. So can we write and can we create a rule and catch this pending to running event and then route to the target to the Lambda, and we can create a Lambda function called terminate function, write some Python code there, and this Python will code, this Lambda function will go and terminate the EC2 instance automatically. So all these kind of runtime things can be automated using this, can be catched and can be used and can be used for automation from where? From this event or event bridge section. Can we also do like this, guys? So these events can also do schedule or cron job. Schedule or cron job. So can we also say this like every 9 a.m. automatically all my EC2 instance should get stopped, and automatically at 9 p.m. automatically it should get started. Can we catch? Can we also do this using this events concept? Yes. So how many functions that you should create for this? There's how many functions, Lambda functions I need to create? 2 Lambda functions I need to create. So one is used for stop function, stop Lambda function, and another for start. Yes. So all these kind of automations can be done using this event bridge concept or events. Understood, everyone? Is this clear on the events part? Good. You can use that from CloudWatch also, and it can be a separate service also. Yes. Right. So we have discussed about these alarms and events, and let us talk about the logs. So guys, do you anyone knows that we generally used to use this external tools for all kind of log monitoring and log collecting and all? Experienced people? Yes. You have something called Splunk, you have something for monitoring for Datadog, you have New Relic, Nagios. So there are many tools available in the market, right? Yes. But instead of going to this tools, what is the tool? Okay, let's say for example, any developer here, let's say for example, I have this EC2 instances here. One, one, two, three, four, five. Let's say for example, we have 5 EC2 instances. Okay, not like this. So inside that, I have an application, guys. Inside that, I have application installed. I have application installed. In normal EC2 instance, I have application. So if I have this application installed, and also it has the logs inside it, every application will have its own logs. Yes or no? Every application will have its own logs. So like this, can I have multiple application with multiple EC2 instances? Yes. Yes, we can have it. And let's say, for example, there will be a developer here with his laptop, right? There will be a developer. Okay. And can you tell me this is some developer? Okay. So can you tell me, guys, this developer needs to, if he need to check the logs, what he need to do? He need to log into each and every EC2 instance, and then he need to check the logs. Yes or no? That is the ideal scenario, right? So he need to log into each and every EC2 instance, and he need to check the logs. Is it easy job to go and log into each and every EC2 instance and check the logs? Definitely no. Definitely no. So doesn't a developer feel that, hey, all the logs should be, I want to see it in a centralized place. I want to see all the logs in centralized place. I don't want to log into the EC2 instance. I need all these logs should be generated in one place. And that place is nothing but that is called CloudWatch logs. So CloudWatch, you have a CloudWatch logs section on the left side. So guys, how does this all this EC2 instance will push the logs? So you need to install something called agent in all the EC2 instance. So CloudWatch agent, you need to install it. Once you install this CloudWatch agent, then this agent will push all the logs to this CloudWatch console. So there you can create something called log groups, right? And you have something called log streams also. Streams is nothing but from where basically the log from where the logs are coming, that is log stream. And you can create a group, like let's say for example, you can create a group called web server group, and all your web server EC2 instance will just push all the logs into that group with their own instance ID or with their name, some name. Understood, guys? Logstash, Kibana, like all this Splunk, all these things will do the same thing. But here, instead of going to give that third-party tools, then CloudWatch natively will be providing all these things to you. And also, guys, how does this agent will push? By default, this agent will have permissions to push? No. Guys, do you remember now for this, we need to create a, okay, now you tell me, does the agent inside the EC2 instance have access to the CloudWatch logs to push it? Yes or no? So what is the concept that we should use it here? Yes, rightly said, role. So we need to use a concept called IAM role. And for IAM role, what kind of permissions that I need to give? CloudWatch permission I need to give. And then you need to attach this role to this EC2 instance, to all the EC2 instance. Once the role is attached, now this agent will push all the logs to this CloudWatch logs with the appropriate names, so that you can easily go to CloudWatch logs, go into that particular log stream, and then find out, oh, this is the EC2 instance ID, and these are all the logs. And these are logs are continuous, it is in sync. Whatever the logs it generated over here in the EC2 instance, immediately the logs will be available in the CloudWatch logs. Understood, guys? Clear? Do you all understood about this events, alarms, events, and logs now? Everyone clear? So these are the main important things on the CloudWatch. It is used for monitoring purpose, and these are all the things that we'll be learning in the CloudWatch. And additionally, right? Additionally, nowadays CloudWatch is implementing many new things. For example, not only the EC2 instance, CloudWatch can monitor applications also inside the EC2 instance. Yes, it can monitor. So guys, so CloudWatch can monitor applications also. Guys, if it is monitoring applications, can it monitor Dockers, microservices? Yes, it can monitor microservices like Docker, all your EL, etc., etc. It can monitor your Lambdas, right? It can monitor, etc. Many things it can monitor. If at all it's, yes, it can monitor Lambdas, it can monitor your own applications, it can monitor your Docker, Kubernetes, whatnot. Everything it can monitor. So based on the requirement, you have to use it. And also, let's say, for example, it can also monitor your websites also. Let's say, for example, my facebook.com is working or not. Let's say you have an application which is hosted, which is used by your customer. There should be some monitoring mechanism where your application is always working or not. If the application is all of a sudden suddenly not working, will customer should tell you, or you should get to know automatically using the monitoring system? You should get to know automatically from the monitoring system. And how do you get it? Latestly, AWS in CloudWatch introduced a concept called canary or canaries. If it is single, so canaries, what you can do is you can monitor endpoints, apps, application endpoints. You can monitor application endpoints, and you can monitor whatnot, whether my application, I'm able to log in with my user ID or not. All these customized things can be monitored using these canaries. So these are all the additional things, advanced things that CloudWatch is providing it. But still, many people will go with the third-party tool. But if at all you want to go for the CloudWatch, and these are all the things are from the CloudWatch. Guys, do you know one thing? This is all about CloudWatch in one paint. So CloudWatch is all about alarms, events, and logs for monitoring purpose. Is this clear? Any questions? Any questions? Canaries are used to monitor your application endpoints. Shravya. Example, I just only told you, na, Facebook, for example, facebook.com. So if facebook.com is working or not, how do you get to know? You can monitor application is that way. It can be a Facebook, or it can your own application, or it can be any application basically. And if you create a canary, Facebook is working or not, or your application working or not, it will keep on checking it. Guys, load balancer will do all the things. What happened if your complete boom.com or rahul.com is down? How do you get to know that? So you can create a canaries, and then SNS will be triggered to you, or SMS will be triggered with you to you. That you can do it. Yeah. Any other questions? Santosh, that is what the exploring concept that I told you to do it. So guys, Santosh, and also there are multiple ways that you can do it. So you can change the parameter, or you can find out. If I tell you that, why did I told you that a single file, find out that file, and you're asking me that. Anyone did it? Anyone did that? What if PEM file lost? How do you retrieve the password? How to get the password? And you guys said, yeah, that is good one, session manager, but any other way? Nice. Good. Nice. Okay. Take the screenshot. Tomorrow, we'll do the practicals on creating alarms and creating events and creating logs and how to push the logs, how to create alarms and how to generate an events. And we'll take some example and we'll try to do all the lab tomorrow. Did you took the screenshot? Nice. I got the bill for GB raised and later transfer in and out. Yes, that's fine. So that is for transferring the snapshot from one region to other region. Or you're using Elastic IPs and you have not released it somehow. Good. Can you give the final CC for today? I'm leaving you bitterly. You can do whatever you want to do. Super. Nice. Great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the CloudWatch practicals. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.